Thanks for tuning in to the Fishbowl Part 4 with Michael Strahan. This is going to be a lot about Eagles-Giants, but specifically about that legendary matchup between him and John Runyon. I want to talk about the biggest burning question when it comes to Giants. You see I got my Eagles green jacket on. You see the dog mask.
Yeah, I know.
It's on your side for a reason. So, bigger upset.
Oh, boy.
Giants, Patriots.
Okay.
Or Eagles, Patriots. Super Bowl.
Giants, Patriots.
Why?
Because you guys were a much better experienced team.
So we were better than the 07 Giants?
Well, at least you guys, they seemed like you guys had a chance.
So were we better than the 07
The Patriots weren't as good as they were in 07.
This is going to surprise you, but I agree with you. And when I woke up this morning, I wasn't sure. And I looked at my notes. I said New England was we were an 8.5-point dog. It moved to like 4.5 during the week.
And what were we?
12
exactly.
And some change. So then I was like trying to think my way around this, and I was like, well, you know, I know they were going to go undefeated, but their strength of schedule probably sucked. I looked up their strength of schedule was 3rd in the league.
They were whipping everybody. They were scoring 30-something points a game.
Yeah.
But our turning point was, had we not played them the last game of the regular season, I don't think we beat them in the Super Bowl. Because we wouldn't have known what to expect. We would have been, I learned a great lesson from O.J. Anderson back in the day when I was a rookie, and he used to come in for like practice in that summer. And we sit there and he go, hey, you got young guys sitting around. And part of the conversation was, you don't listen to somebody else's opinion of how good a player or team is. You go out there, you play, you experience it for yourself, and then you go from there. You make your own assessment. So we played them the last game of the regular season, almost beat them, and we didn't put anything into our game plan.
Where'd you play them?
In a Giant Stadium.
Yeah.
But we didn't put anything in the game plan because we knew we were going to the playoffs. So it was like, why even add anything that we can give away to the Buccaneers the next week? And after that game, we lost it in the fourth quarter, and OC says to me, man, when we see them next time, we're going to beat them. And I'm looking at OC going, dude, you realize that we got to be in the Super Bowl to see that team? And Dallas was strong. Green Bay was strong. Tampa wasn't too worried about.
Yeah, I remember that game. It was Chris Sims. You guys beat them down in Tampa.
Yeah, we beat them down in Tampa.
Because I was training for the Combine. And y'all beating the Pats and David Tyree, it's one of those sports moments you always remember where you were.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not downing y'all, but I'm just saying we had the dog mask.
You
didn't think of the dog mask.
We didn't need gimmicks.
Let's go Philly just a little bit more because I have people. People in Philly might hate you, but they respect you.
No, you know what? I'll tell you right now, man. I love Philly. I do. One of my favorite places to ever play in my career was the old Vet Stadium. Even though the field sucked, it was the worst. It was like they went and bought turf from a discount turf store, used turf store. It had seams in it that thick. It was the worst field, but it was the best environment in the NFL.
I agree.
Because the people were literally, what that dog mask is to me, it felt like on the bench. And they're giving it to you, but I can give it back. They would throw stuff at you, batteries, spit, cups. Yeah, they do everything, man. But I loved it because it made me wanna play well. It like got me going.
I love playing on the road. I used to love playing the old Candlestick when they had that badass line, Iupati, the right tackle. I don't call him by his name. I used to just whoop his ass. Anthony Davis. No, I respect Anthony Davis, but we used to get into it. They had Staley, Boone, Frank Gore. Their defense was absurd, and you went there and they were nasty fans. I used to tell my mom and my wife, don't wear any Rams shit.
I did that to my parents in Philly.
Yeah, that's smart.
My mom, don't you dare. My
don't
brothers, don't wear any of that
I don't
stuff.
think Viking fans will ever be back in Philly. They don't even want to connect through that airport. They were so traumatized from that NFC Championship game.
But one thing I will say about Philly, though, when it comes to like ratings and shows, and like Strahan and Sarah and GMA and all, Philly's one of our top markets. They support me.
They probably like the Runyon battles.
Yeah, that was fun.
And what was cool about the Runyon thing for me was like I always heard about it from Woff, and I watched it, and you got the better of him a lot. Matchups make fights.
He was tough, though.
But he's tough, and you respected each other. He was at your induction.
I'm John Runyon, Philadelphia Eagles. And John, I know you're here, Congressman Runyon. I know you flew in to support me. There you go, big guy. Why don't you stand up so they can see you? 6'9", 350 pounds of twisted steel and non-sex appeal.
Talk about that relationship over the years.
It was special, man, because when he was in Tennessee, and I remember when they first brought him to Philly, it was supposed to be to stop me, you know, and it kind of pissed me off. So I took it very personal. Even though I didn't know him, I took my matchup with him personally. I've never watched more film on any offensive lineman that I've ever faced than John Runyon.
It showed.
And I knew every little idiosyncrasy from where he had his feet and how high the heel was up and where it angled to, if his strike was off a little bit, where he was going and what he was going to do. But at the same time, it wasn't easy to beat him. And the only thing that helped me was the fact that I kind of had an idea. Because once he locked on, if you let him grab you, it was over. He was one of the strongest guys I've ever been against. But it made me a much better player. And everyone thinks that I got the better of him in these matchups, but at times. But when I look back, I think that was not easy.
But it's a good matchup for you with your leverage and your understanding of power.
But as we got older, I think he figured me out a little bit more as we kept getting older and older. And once I finished, and my last year, I got this great picture a friend of mine, Willie, a photographer, took. And I knew my last year was my last year. Yeah, I knew it. And we're in Philly, and it's the new stadium, though. But he took a picture from behind of me, and I'm standing there with my hands on my hips, and I'm just looking out into the stands because I realized it's going to be the last time I get this. And I see the picture, and I remember distinctly exactly what I was thinking. Like, take this in, you'll never experience this anymore. And at that point, I was just tired of fighting John, tired of all of it, because he was a handful. But I had so much respect.
It's like a decade-long chess match. It's crazy.
He showed up at the Hall of Fame, and I appreciated that because I have a lot of love for him. And the reason that our relationship evolved from me, like every time I played against him, like Runyon, Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
We're at the Iolani Hotel. I see this this lady there with her kids, and I'm talking to her. She's really sweet and really nice. And then she goes, "Let me meet my husband." Runyon. Hello, Runyon. Like Newman and Seinfeld. Hello, Runyon. And that was it. The wife got us together and made us friends.
That's wild. Did she know it was you?
Oh, I think she was slick, man.
Okay, well, but she was trying to get you to soften up so you stopped getting that.
It worked. I've been to his house in Philly, like it worked.
That's pretty damn cool. Yeah. He's on the sideline sometimes complaining about my socks being too high and finding me. Me and John got to talk that one.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching part 4 of the Fishbowl with Hall of Famer Michael Strahan. Part 5 is going to be quick hitters, and you know I love that segment, so stick around.